Hello, my friends. Welcome back to our last installment of this week's micro learning on developing resilience. So that as you are currently facing challenges or maybe facing challenges coming up in the future, whether it's downsizing, reorgs, losing your job in some way, or any personal difficulties that you may be experiencing, that developing your resilience will help you get through those periods of high demand and be able to bounce back. This week, I covered 4 different topics. The first one was your growth mindset, how embracing and developing and building a growth mindset is going to help you become more resilient. That is, when you face a difficulty, looking for the opportunities to learn, knowing that you have potential, that other people around you also have potential, and using those experiences as lessons to move forward constructively. I also spoke about your prior successes and looking at those as a way to anchor in your own capabilities. I have to move because the sun is right on my face from the skylight. So the prior successes are going to help you anchor in, oh my goodness, I was able to get through that time in my life when it was so tough and I can do it again. So anchoring on those prior successes will be a tool you can use to help you build your resilience. The other one I spoke about was self-awareness. What do I need right now? What is my situation and what do I need right now to support me to get through this tough time? Whether it's the help of a professional, a coach, a friend, anyone who can give you some type of support in the situation that you're in, because they may even have gone through it already or because they actually have been trained to help you in this particular area that you may be struggling with. And the last one I spoke about yesterday was faith. How to anchor in your faith, your abilities, your capabilities as a way to become resourceful and creative so you can maneuver the situation that you are in. You could be transitioning from one role to another role. You could be facing some challenging situations currently in your role, either with a manager that is difficult to work with, or perhaps even a teammate or coworker. And so any of those situations are the ones where we need to build our resilience so we can get through these periods and get to the other side unscathed, preferably, right? So today, all of these components, developing a growth mindset, anchoring in your prior successes, having the self-awareness about your current situation and the support that you may need, and having faith in your own abilities are going to help you to do this one thing. And that is to try again. Resilience is when we get knocked down on our knees and we stumble back up and we keep going. That's resilience, and I'm sure you know people in your life who are very resilient. You may be one of those people. When you are facing these difficulties and sometimes it looks like there's no light at the end of the tunnel, use your growth mindset. Look at the situations that you experienced before. Notice where you need help and ask for that help. That vulnerability will help you build resilience, believe it or not. And then have faith in your capabilities and resourcefulness and try again and again and again. So your challenge for you today is, what would you do differently when you try it again? If you went for an interview and it didn't go so hot, what would you do differently? Would you prepare better? Would you look into the people that you're going to be interviewing with, check their LinkedIn profiles to see what they're up to? What would you do differently to try again? And that is what resilience is all about. If you were in a relationship and that relationship didn't go so well, what would you do differently next time when you go into a relationship? That's, let's say, my situation, right? I'm divorced. So what would I do differently next time? Take the time to think about this, because if we don't reflect and take a beat, take a step back, take a bird's eye view of the situation to say, what happened here? And we stay in blame and shame or guilt, or simply pointing the finger at the other party for whatever happened, guess what? We're not going to get the most out of this experience. I believe that everything happens for us, not to us. And if that's the case, why is this situation happening for you? What is in this, all of this experience, that I need to walk away knowing that I didn't know before? And it could be that you get to know yourself a little bit better. It could be that you get to know the people around you better. All of these things are happening for you. When you look at the situations from this angle, it empowers you. Instead of it being a hit to your ego or anything having to do with your own self-worth, you put it in perspective and you're able to learn from the situation and move forward more confidently. So that is our lesson, our micro lessons for the week on building resilience. I hope that these micro lessons have served you, and we would love to welcome you into our community. If you would like to receive strategies and tools directly from us on a weekly basis, you can join our community at executivebound.com. And if you are feeling pulled to sit down with me and go through 1 hour of a complimentary strategy session where we can dissect what are your biggest challenges, where you are now, where you want to be, and what's getting in the way of that, we can do that when you schedule a call on my calendar by going to callwithginny.com. Have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you next week.